mother taught here in 1967, and I discovered last night that there was somebody that had read my autobiography and connected the name that my mother had taught here back in 1967.
And they reached out to you to...
And so then they called and asked if I'd like to come back and meet some of the people.
Did you ever, were you ever on campus when she taught here?
I don't know. Probably not, but
Yeah.
perhaps.
How old were you at the time?
I was 6.
Okay. What kind of teacher was she?
Biology. I think that she taught botany. I think that's also something that I'm hoping to find out more about when I'm here, to see what classes she actually taught and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because they're doing something for her today, weren't they? Or...
Apparently there was a redwood tree that was planted when she died in 1967, and I guess it's now in a grove of redwood trees. These are just things that I was told last night. I don't know yet. I haven't seen them yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you're busy.
So no, it's not that I'm busy, but I think that they wanted it to be kind of a surprise. I think that's my understanding. This was supposed to be I heard a little bit about it last night.
Okay.
And so I actually went to UC Santa Barbara because they have a marine biology program. But very quickly, when I got there, I learned that my real interest was more in molecular. I did some biochemistry classes there and molecular biology. So I was very fortunate to have a mentor there who actually had known my mother and had worked with my mother in the past, and she helped me get into several different laboratories. So I worked and did projects as a freshman, a sophomore, a junior, and a senior, and discovered molecular biology was really more of my interest.
Okay, and that's what you've dealt in your professional life as well.
Yes. So then I went to Berkeley for my PhD in molecular biology.
And as far as your the work that Nobel recognized you for, if I were let's pretend that I don't know much about science. If I know it's obviously advanced concepts and research and stuff like that, but if you were to explain it to an everyman,
the elevator speech.
Okay.
Well, I am going to be giving a talk to the general audience, and I think it's something that's not that hard to really understand. So what we are interested in is the ends of chromosomes, and they're called telomeres, from the Greek telo, meaning end, and mere parts, the end part of the chromosome. And it turns out that the way that chromosomes are copied every time a cell divides, when you have to make more copies of cells, the mechanism of copying the chromosome doesn't get to the very end, just by the mechanics of how the whole thing is set up. So every time a chromosome is copied, the chromosome would shorten a little bit from the end. And what the telomeres are is they provide a little bit of a buffer zone. They are basically nonsense DNA, nonsense sequence that you don't really need. So every time the cell divides, there's a little bit of shortening.
Okay.
And of course that can't go on over long periods of time, or we wouldn't be here on Earth.